Hi, it's TK with the weekly words of encouragement. Yesterday was the first day of spring. As we embark on a new season, the topic of renewal comes to mind. The earth renews itself as reflected in leaves growing on previously bare trees, flowers blooming in a variety of bright colors, and green grass and weeds peeking through the hard brown ground. Spring is the time to plant and nurture seeds so we can be blessed by their fruit in the following seasons. After a dark and cold winter, spring brings forth beautiful colors as a tangible reminder that the rest and closure of winter has ended. Now, if I could have it my way, we would have this season of spring year round. I love seeing the colorful flowers blossoming, feeling breezes gently blowing, and smelling the fresh air after rain showers. But I also know we need the longer days of summer, the changing colors of fall, and the rest of winter. Because weather seasons are cyclical in nature, they arrive in predictable patterns based on the rotation of the earth around the sun. But the seasons of life are much less predictable. If your life is anything like mine, then the past few years may have felt like a dark, cold, and seemingly never ending winter. COVID-19, injustice, racial division, political upheaval, war, people leaving the faith, chaotic financial and housing markets. After this difficult winter season in our world, and honestly, in my life too, I have been craving spring, not just the physical season, but a time of renewal. Like many of you, I identified a word in scripture to serve as my focus or my theme for 2022. And both the word and scripture reflect my craving for spring. I chose the word new, and my scripture is Isaiah chapter 43, verse 19, which states, "For I am about to do something new. See, I have already begun. Do you not see it? I will make a pathway through the wilderness. I will create rivers in the dry wasteland." As I consider the renewal of spring, I think of this verse, especially the part that says, "For I am about to do something new." Now, in context, the prophet Isaiah is sharing a word from God to the Israelites, an amazing promise that their rescue from exile in Babylon would be even greater than their exodus from Egypt. Although that particular context doesn't explicitly apply to my life, the verse still offers encouragement and hope for what's to come. I find this encouragement and hope in the imagery. God can create a pathway where none existed and rivers where water is scarce. When God does something new, He doesn't have to rely on what already exists. He can create passageways in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. And if He can do it for the Israelites, then I can trust He's capable of doing the same for me and you and for our world. And I know I can trust God to do something new because I've seen Him do it already in my life. Let me give some background. My first marriage started on March 21st, 1998. And at that time, I saw significance in our marriage starting in spring. Unfortunately, we also separated during spring in 2004. As the earth was in the process of renewal and new life was springing forth all around me, my marriage was entering the closure of winter. I struggled with the irony of the death of my marriage coinciding with the season of spring. But God was faithful and He did something new. After 13 years of singleness, years of what felt like a desert with no water, a wilderness with no way out, I met and married my husband in 2017. Although we didn't get married during the season of spring, Freddie and I still saw our marriage as a form of spiritual renewal. We chose the phrase new beginnings as our theme to set the tone for our marriage. Isaiah 43:19 was our encouragement. God was doing something new in us. And I truly believe God can and will do the same for you and for our world. As you consider the areas of your life in need of renewal, I encourage you to meditate on Isaiah 43, verse 19. Let the new season of spring remind you to have hope in God for the new things He will do. I pray you have a blessed week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.